it has begun. The managerial merry-go-round has its first kickstart as Andoni Iraola announces today that he is going to leave Bournemouth. Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports. Here myself, Charlie. And before the video starts, please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try to become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Yes, well, I'll try and get my breath back from the Atletico Barcelona game. What a game it was. Not a lot else to say about that, to be honest, apart from just scintillating stuff. But as well, we had the big news this in the South Coast side, of course, AFC Bournemouth, that Andoni Iraola, the Basque coach of theirs, will be leaving the club at the end of this season. And I think it's the first kickstart of what many expect, including myself, to be a real managerial merry-go-round. Not just in the Premier League, but I think in Europe in general. There's a lot of clubs who are potentially going to be looking at new managers. There's a lot of managers who might be looking at new clubs. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see by the start of next season, especially if that's your sort of thing, who is going to be in whose dugouts. As for Iraola, I see that his odds have significantly shortened for the Man United job. I'm not sure if that will be a job he would take or if he's ready for. Maybe Man United fans, with where they're at the minute, may see it as a slightly underwhelming appointment. I think another important job to point out that is vacant is the Athletic Bilbao job. While some may say that it's a bit of a sideways step for Iraola, I think we sometimes underplay or don't understand in this country how much that job does mean to the Basques. It's a symbol of Basque nationalism. And for Iraola, although maybe some would see it as a backwards or sideways step, it would probably be the equivalent of him getting an English manager getting the England job. It's a huge thing for the Basque boys. It means a lot to them. So I could see maybe Iraola going there, going back to Spain, or potentially looking to stay in the Premier League. Because let's face it, as I'm going to talk about, there's going to be a lot of jobs potentially going. Now, I think it's fair to say that obviously we know Man United are going to be after a new manager unless they decide to employ Michael Carrick. With Liverpool exiting the Champions League tonight, they as well may very well be looking at a new manager. I don't know how much longer Arne Slot's going to last there. I think personally he's on borrowed time, and I think that he is as well not exactly, he's rubbing up people the wrong way, and that's fans and players. And there's been a lot of high-profile departures, some big spending, and things aren't working. Obviously, when you're a manager and you spend those price tags on the likes of Ishak and Ekitike, you've got to make things work. And there's obviously managers out there as well who are going to be looking at jobs. For example, Xabi Alonso, who I think seems the natural fit for Liverpool because, of course, Real Madrid, he was sacked from there, who also are going to be looking at another manager because I think the Alvaro Arbeloa experiment is very much coming to a halt. Yes, they've got Bayern Munich in the Champions League. That still could salvage their season. And let's face it, Real Madrid in Europe, you wouldn't rule it out. But apart from that, La Liga title, has really stuttered to a stop. And I personally think that they will obviously not, they'll be looking for a new manager. There's plenty of others, though, in the Premier League. Newcastle and Eddie Howe have seemingly regressed, I think it's fair to say. Their away form is certainly a worry. And I think, once again, maybe the owners with ambition, that could be somewhere where Iraola looks at going. Glasner and Crystal Palace as well. We know that that's going to be potentially the end of that marriage at the end of the year after what has been a hugely successful spell. He will be looking to go out with a UEFA Conference League win, which means he will be out of a job as well. So there's already many teams as well. There's more, to be honest with you. Could Arsenal, if things do go really badly wrong under Arteta, could they then potentially be looking for a new manager? It sounds ridiculous, but listen, nothing's out of the realms of possibility, are they? Fulham and Marco Silva, we seem to hear murmurs every year that he's unhappy there. I mean, Michael Forrest, I can't see us sticking with Pereira even if he does keep us up, because I think we'll be looking elsewhere with potentially Marco Silva. So I think there's going to be a real Premier League merry-go-round of managers, and with Europe as well. Real, Atletico, who of course advanced tonight, but there's rumours that the investors there may be looking at a different option to Simeone. Flick may leave Barcelona. We never know. You know, they've not won the Champions League again. That's a potential that could happen. Enrique maybe still on a deal at PSG. You know, there's clubs in Italy, maybe Inter or Napoli with Wade Conte, who apparently has been given permission to speak about the Italy national team job. You know, there's other options there as well, where they go with them. Juventus maybe. I know they've got Spalletti now, but you don't know. Dortmund and Kovac, I can see that ending soon, to be honest with you, because I think he has every reason to be slightly unhappy. There's a lot of different clubs that I think will be looking for managers, and I think Iraola is not necessarily the start to that, but I think we're going to see a real, like I say, maybe the managerial market is going to be more interesting than the player market. And there's some big names as well that haven't got jobs at the minute and will no doubt be looking to get back in. You think Xavi, you think even, I know it's ridiculous, but even Ruben Amorim or Ange Postecoglou will maybe looking at new jobs. It's going to be a crazy time, I think, in the summer in the dugouts. But the clubs will want to act early to get their summer plans in place. That's the other thing. So things will really heat up early doors, I think. As always, guys, let us know what you think. Please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. And as always, have a great day.